good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. I hope you're having a good day. So I wanted to make a quick video. I keep looking down because I've scripted this. This is the first time I've done this. About what 1 year of running can do to your body and your mind. October 25th last year was my first ever recorded run. It was under a mile, and I think it was 16. No, it was right at a mile, and it was 16 minutes. From then, I've just kind of fallen in love with the sport. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you've seen a lot of that. And it's just made some really, really big adjustments. I'll do a brief intro. My name is Ricky Morgan. Started this YouTube channel as a way to hold myself accountable so I can share with friends what I'm doing on. I don't care to be a big YouTube channel. I just want a sense of accountability in my life. And the YouTube channel really has helped that some. I started posting a whole lot in the beginning. I loathe running with one of these, with a selfie stick, so I don't get as much running footage as I would like. Over the last 2 weeks, knowing I was gonna do a 1 year, as of October 25th, running video, I've been getting B-roll and footage for a couple weeks. Well, I woke up this morning to find that card corrupt, and I've lost all that footage. So unfortunately, it's not gonna be as fun of a video. It's just gonna be me and you and sitting in front of a camera. But we're gonna go over in this video completely. Number one, my weight, health, and mental state a year ago. Number two, my weight, health, and mental state now. Number three, why running? Why does that have anything to do with me? And four, my progress so far in the last year of my running and my plans for the future. Five, shoes, which I think is my favorite thing in running, possibly. Yeah, I think it might be. Six is some gratitude to different people, the people that have helped me change my life completely. And then I'll be done with, some what I'm doing moving forward and some thanks to you guys for watching. This is just the beginning of this video. I'll get all into it. I'll try to record each one of these segments like in somewhere maybe slightly different than just sitting here staring at the camera in my work gym. I hope you enjoy this. Sorry, I'll actually keep creeping down, making sure I'm not missing anything in the script. You're all wonderful. I can't wait to share this with you, and I can't wait with what a year has done for me to see what 10 years can do. So the first thing I wanted to go over was my weight, health, and mental state literally a year ago. And it wasn't good. I've talked about this in another video. I did a whole thing, so I won't make it long, but I was weighing close to 300 pounds, up and over it, back and forth. My health was really, really, really bad. Since some things that happened in the past, I was fundamentally just letting myself die, if not eating myself to death and just playing video games to death. Fitness was really, really bad. Mental state was probably about as bad as it can get. My friend and boss was doing things to try to help me. She bought me a CrossFit membership for a little while. Everyone in my life was doing things to point out that they could notice how mentally and physically unhealthy I was, and I just ignored it and made excuses. Excuses didn't make a lot of sense then, but to then it was one of the most interesting things is how I knew what they were doing wasn't helpful and I didn't want to. And I was almost not mad at them, annoyed because of that. But so close to 300 pounds, incredibly physically unhealthy. I went over it in my actual health update video. I was dying. It's very, very quickly. And my mental state was just let myself die, get it over with. I know that's a lot, but it is literally where I was sitting. So now, 1 year later, my weight right now is, this morning I was 232. I did get all the way down to 220, but as I've ran more and more and more, my legs and my hips have grown drastically, is the one way to word it. So I've gained a lot of muscle weight, which I'm happy with, and I'm still getting more and more thin. I could be eating slightly better to help the weight, but that's something I plan on aiming at soon, especially once I get the coach, but I'll go into that later. Health, once again, went over this in the health video. My health is, my blood work and everything is drastically improved. I wake up in the morning, I'm ready to do things. I have energy to do things all day long. My body doesn't hurt. I don't mind climbing things. And my mental state is, I'm thinking both with maturity because of age. I'm 44 years old. I don't know. I can't explain how clear my mental state is. My ability to deal with stress, my ability to deal with pain, anger, everything. I'm happy. I'm drastically happy. I'm curious how much people that I work with actually can notice that. The people I teach, etc. That's something maybe entertain. Do some interviews one day down the road or something. But yeah, health, mental state is, God, I wish I could explain it. I do want to be lighter for running. I feel like carrying a 230-pound frame over 100 miles is probably a bad idea. That is one of my goals. But we'll see. Why running? I have no idea. Literally have absolutely no idea why running stuck. I can't even think my entire life if I enjoyed running. I remember being punished and having to run. I remember me and my friend Lee throwing trash bags around us and running to cut weight. I remember all of these things. I have no idea why running stuck. I think it's just me and my mind moving forward. And for some reason that stuck with me. In the past, and I think most obese people will say this, you make your New Year's resolution to go to the gym and get buff and get swole. And you go for a couple weeks and you see improvements and they make you happy. But then eventually you just quit. You don't continue that. And that's exactly how this started. September 22nd last year, I started going to the gym. I don't know, but then I went on a run and I loved it. It's something I'm doing by myself. Of course, there are people involved, but the process itself is, no one's gonna pick me up and carry me. Sorry, I was looking at a deer that I don't think, nope, it ran off. Yeah, running to me is changed the way I look at absolutely everything in my life. I am a stronger person because of running. And I don't know that it's necessarily that I'm trying to work on distance running, things like marathons and ultra marathons. Just something about the activity itself adds something to my life that I didn't know was there. It's absolutely beautiful, and I highly suggest everyone give it a whirl. So I guess the next section is progress and plans. The entire YouTube thing has documented this, but progress-wise, I started, like I said, October 25th, which is tomorrow, is the first documented Strava run. I may have said the date wrong in the past, but I looked it up this morning to try to get everything down. And I actually think I went ahead and uploaded my actual first run on Strava, but I couldn't run a mile. I couldn't run a half mile. I couldn't run a quarter mile. I could run 100 yards. Maybe that was it. And in my mind, I was running at that point in time, but I don't think I was. I think my Strava first run, I think it's like 1.6 miles or something at 17-minute mile pace, which I literally walk faster than that now. These birds are having fun. I don't know, but now every Saturday I run, I try to run close to a half marathon if possible. It's not a gloating thing, it's a progress thing. If my goal is eventually to do 100 miles, I'm never gonna do Leadville, but I'm gonna try my darndest to push towards where I could do that. It's one of those YouTube videos that started me out, that got me headed in a certain direction. I think it was West Plates that I watched, if I remember correctly, that pushed me that way. But progress, I started, I think, as low as physically able person could have been. And I've tried to push myself to be somewhat able. I'm not a fit person by any stretch of imagination right now. I'm still obese. That's still a goal set that I have to work on, but I'm 70 something pounds lighter and massively healthier physically, and I think more importantly to me is mentally. Yesterday it was actually something that I was at a work event, so I was seeing people I haven't seen in a long time, and everything was well intended. No one was trying to be rude, but I kept taking offense to people asking me if I was on Ozempic. After the annoyance of it, I realized I should have taken that as the compliment that it was. I look healthier. Not against Ozempic. If I had the money for it, I would probably give that a whirl and throw that in the mix as well, just to help with some of the fat loss. But as of right now, progress-wise, I'm moving in a direction that I want to go. My plans. Starting after my half marathon, November 2nd, I will actually have a coach from Hard Loop Endurance, a company out of Texas, helping me through the entire thing, using Final Surge, I think, to send me plans. I'm super, super, super excited about that. I've done it all myself for a year. I have half marathon November 2nd. Frosty 15 is the next race that I'm signed up for, which is a 15-mile trail race around here in February. And in March, I am doing the Run the Rainbow full marathon here in Jackson, Mississippi. I'm super excited about that. I think it's a bit of a stretch, but I really do want to do the Brazos Bend 100K in December next year. I think I can get myself ready for that. We'll see if the coach thinks I'm a crazy person, but those are my plans as of right now. We'll go from there.
All right, so next the topic of shoes. I fell in love with running shoes pretty much immediately. So when I first started, I told you guys I got some New Balance 860s. I said that and I wanted to wear those for a little while. I wore the 860s for a while. I wore a pair of Brooks for a while, but I never really ran miles in those. The first shoe I actually ran in was the same shoe. It was the first shoe that hit 100 miles. Was the Asics Nova Blast 4. The shoe was really, really, really good. Only problem I had with it is lace bite. Because of my incredibly awkward wide feet, I had to wear a size 11. And to get an actual lockdown, I had to use a runner's knot and use a pretty tight lockdown, but I love the shoe. 100 miles, nice and easy. Next shoe that I fell in love with that kind of replaced that was an assortment of a bunch of shoes. On Cloud Surfers, which I like, once again, weird. I didn't buy them in a wide, so I got an 11 with my weird foot, so it's uncomfortable. Brooks Hyperion Max version 1, had to get 11. I just didn't fit right. Karhu Mastari, 10 and a half. I didn't get a wide, so it's too small, and it led to a lot of foot problems. The shoe that had the highest miles in originally was the Saucony Triumph 21, 11, lace bite, started to hurt. I developed bursas on the top of both of my feet. The Saucony Endorphin Speed 4, the newest one, same exact problem, wonderful, amazing shoe, but I had to get an 11 and it was still too narrow for my incredibly weird feet. Trail-wise, I ran in the Speed Goats. I got a 10 and a half, not a 10 and a half wide. They hurt my feet. And then I ended up going to 11s. And the Brooks Cascadia, that was what I did the 50K trail race in. Lace bite, that lace bite popped the Bursa that I developed on the top of my feet from this and the Saucony Triumph. But overall, it was a comfortable shoe. Now I'm running in the Ultra Ford Experience, Ford Wild. Ultra Forward, the 4mm drop Ultra shoe for trails. So this was my first baby. A lot of miles in this, absolutely loved it. And then I ran into this, which is the New Balance 1080. And this is where I fell back in love with New Balance completely. I got this in a 10 and a half wide, and it's got, I think, over 120 miles on it, and it's just the most comfortable thing in the world. Then I started trying to realize that New Balance is where I sit. So I went for a training shoe, New Balance Rebel V4, which for the most part, my runs now are anything easy, this is in. Anything short-ish and up-tempo, Rebel V4. Anything long, Super Blast version 2. This is an 11, but for some reason I don't even have to, I guess because it's an 11, it's the unisex shoe. I do not even have to lace this with the runner's knot. It has a really, really good lockdown. This shoe is amazing, and I love it. The thing I'm the most excited about is that NYC colorway New Balance SC Elite, which I will be rocking, my God, next Saturday for my first half marathon. But shoe-wise, I'm in love with them. If I had to rank shoes, I don't know that I could. The Rebel V4, the Nova Blast 4, the Super Blast 2, and the 1080 are just happiness and footwear. I love all of them, absolutely. This has protected me the most. This has made my mileage. I've had this for a little over a month and a half, 2 months. And it almost has just as many miles I've had in this for 6 to 8. Now, I'm also running much further. I've gotten much more fit, but that's it for shoes.
Okay, and this one is really, really, really important to me. Gratitude. I immediately texted my friend Lindsay the other day when running. It was like an easy 40-minute run. And Phil also pointing out in this, I am an emotional person, so I am not a man that is scared to cry. It's an easy 40-minute run. I'm running out here actually in Bellhaven, and I was running the hilly spot over towards the golf course. It was about 25, 30 minutes into the run. I had just hit close to 3 miles, and absolute and complete overwhelming emotion just hit me, and it was like a sense of gratitude, a sense of pride in myself, which is not something I would have ever said about myself. I don't know if ever. I used to be the type of person that couldn't take a compliment. I would immediately, if you gave me a compliment, I would tell you why you were wrong or make an excuse. I don't know. It's a very, very awkward thing, but in that run, I got flooded with a sense of gratitude and pride. I was grateful I have the physical ability to do this. I was grateful I haven't had any injuries. Like, it was to the point of tears. I was just overcome with joy. It wasn't the runner's high that people talk about. I got to a point where I was running a 5K every single day of the week, which was an original aspiration when I started trying to run, was to see if I could get myself to do a 5K so the kids would be proud. And then it was gratitude. And I think I really need to do a better job on this channel and in life of letting people know that I am grateful for everything they've done for me. I am grateful for my parents for the way that they raised me. Everything, the people that I grew up around. But as far as this entire journey, when it comes to running in particular, people at Fleet Feet. I know it's silly. I know it's a store. I know their job is to make us feel good, so we keep coming in. There's a guy, Jonathan, as well. I'll leave his last name out. I don't know if he wants to say anything. He has been one of the most welcoming people. He talks to me about things. He reaches out if there's a shoe I want. He's just a good person. He's positive about everything. I'm putting on a race in March. Yeah, I guess I could actually talk about that. I'm putting on a race in March for the place I work. His willingness to kind of help me with that. He's just a wonderful, wonderful, positive person. All of the people with the Mutts running crew, the trail running community that I'm a part of here, are so intensely positive and supportive. These people run 100-mile races. And Josh, for example, will just run 3 miles with me on that trail that day when we were doing the last man standing style thing we did, and just talk. And they're kind, they're helpful, they're supportive, they're really genuinely just super good people. Lindsay, who I brought up earlier, her entire family is amazing. But when it comes to Lindsay, some people in the world are so inspiring because they have an ability to act like nothing is going on, but they're monsters. She's literally a monster in the most positive way possible. And just seeing that, watching her runs on Strava, it's such a motivational thing. She's so kind. Her kids are so kind. Her husband is so kind. And that seems to be a really, really big thing in the actual running community, is just kindness, acceptance. Most of the other sports and activities I've done are running is competitive. I'm not saying that, but they're competitive to a point where it almost pushes out newcomers, whereas everyone here is doing everything. I have 5 people on Strava. I have no idea who they are, that kudo and like everything I say. And I'm like, what world have I ever been in where everyone is this kind? I'm going to check my phone and make sure there's not anyone I'm missing. Mason, the way he's jumped into running lately that I work with, is inspiring to me. It's watching him on Strava go through some of the same issues that I went through when I started running, and I can't wait to do some of these longer runs with him. But mainly the Fleet Feet crew here in Jackson, both locations, are some of the most welcoming, kind people on the entire planet. The Much Running crew, it was a godsend to find. Lindsay and her family are a godsend to find. Mason is killing it. I just need to make sure that I'm sharing that gratitude with people, because I don't think it's something I was very good at in the past, and those people have changed my life, whether they know it or not. And now I just need to make sure that I pay that off somehow. So moving forward, what's next? As of right now, my plan is to keep documenting things with the channel. Like I said, the sense of accountability that it has for me has helped me. I think I maybe past needing it as much as I did, but it is still super duper helpful for me. That's about it moving forward. I'm just going to keep taking one step. It was literally a silly show that I saw. I love running in these woods. I think I need to share some gratitude with that, but a silly show, but it was the most important step I can take is the next one. And as of right now, all I plan to do is keep putting one step in front of the other. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hate adding this in and things like this, but please comment, like, subscribe. It does help. And all jokes aside, having more people looking at it does make me feel better about it. So it is just another positive thing. I'm not scared for people to see me anymore. That was a big fear. So please comment, like, subscribe if you would like to. I'll keep documenting and sharing, and I'm going to keep dragging my friends along with me, I hope, because running is something I wish the whole world knew about.